Hey, welcome back to the channel. Lovely to see you all. If you're new to the channel, check out my playlists. I have plenty of things on there you can stick your teeth into. I basically cover singing, songwriting, and today the idea of noodling is part 2 today. So check out my previous. I did a video on the power of noodling. So you could just be messing around, making certain things up and think to yourself, oh, that could be a start of a song, or so on. It also helps you development of your hands, as well as rhythm, as well as dexterity. It's a great tool to use. So let's crack on. We're going to continue by bridging the gap. Watch the previous video. I talk about playing around on the last 3 frets and also playing around in the first 3 frets, and then how we're going to do the jump. Today we're going to talk about the middle and how you're going to go up and down. So let's crack on, you lovely people. So last week all I essentially showed you was 3 chords in that position, a cool scale to use in that position, and also the same in these bottom 3 or 4, let's say 3 chords. So you've got plenty of, oh, I cut myself. You've got plenty of things to do. So today's very simple. It's a short video. I want you guys, because it's going to be a lot about triads the next few videos. I'm also going to do a band lab video. So I'm going to show you an example. I'm going to show you how I turn a bass, how I turn my acoustic guitar. So that sound into this. And then once I do the bass, and then might do some drums and so on. So basically, if you guys are singer and songwriters and don't have access to the equipment, I'm going to show you how you can use your phone to make relatively good sounding demos. Here's an example. So all that was just me singing into my phone, playing my acoustic guitar, and then changing it into an electric guitar and a bass. So what I would like you to learn, the bottom 3 strings. So the bottom 3 strings are so important with triads. So the bottom 3 strings are very important. So I'd like you to learn this little scale, or ascending or descending scale, that will help you with your triad understanding. That's all we need from today, understanding the triad and why certain notes are the bass note. So we're going to learn everything B string today. So for example, the B string, I've said to you before, we're going to use the B string as your anchor or lifeline, let's say. If you're on the B string, I want you to do the A major scale on the B string. So for example, if you're starting on A, so A major scale. So how would you do that on the B string? So learn the notes on that B string. So B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, A flat, and an A. So when you get familiar with it, when you get familiar, my voice went all squeaky. When you get familiar with the notes, then you can get familiar with the triad. See how I change fingers there, look? But that so knowing that B string, like I say, that's your lifeline from things you learned in the previous video, how you can go from here to here. So the only problem with the 2 shape thing that I mentioned, you've got one exception. We're going to call it the black sheep.
Well, let's get to it. Team Donnelly gonna kick a little Tracy butt. Oh. Ah!
So the black sheep can't have the fifth that all the other sheep can have. The black one is just going to be the one that's going to be the black sheep, all right? So it can't have a fifth like the rest of the kids can. The reason being, in the key of A, look, if the fifth note is going to be... So if that's an A, and that's the fifth, it's an A fifth. If we go to the seventh, what's the problem there? You can see this little boy here, he shouldn't be there. We flatten the fifth. Because in the scale of A, look, that note doesn't belong. That's why when you hear people say flat 7, all right, so if you think about that shape, remember that's the major shape and that's the minor shape. So how are we going to get around this one? So that's the A, flattened fifth minor. So how do we do that? So that one there is the fifth note. Remember, that's the bass note. That's the third note, making it a minor or a major. And then that fifth, have to flatten it. So when you flatten something, you make it flat. So this shape here is the black sheep. So not many chords for you to learn there. But because you've got shapes you're probably not familiar, that's why I'm keeping it quite small at this time. It's quite a nice sound though, isn't it? So that's all you're learning today. Just get familiar with that. And then go down with those chords. Remember, flat on the fifth, F sharp minor, E major, and then D. So that's it today. Pop me a comment if you want me to talk about anything more specific. Please push that like button. It makes so much difference. One push by you guys, 10 people sees the video. It will help the channel grow so I can put something back into this channel. Give me some support. I have an album on my playlist. Go over and listen to my album. If you like any of your songs, I'll explain the process, how I made it. It was all done on BandLab. So go listen to my playlist and think to yourself, oh, I've got a song that I would love to hear similar to that. How do I achieve that? So I'll tell you. I'll do a fortnightly maybe video on BandLab and how to develop your songwriting. Even if you just use it to give it to the rest of your band members. Here, I made this last night. This is how the song should sound. So thanks very much for watching. And as always, stay foolish and rock and roll.